everybody.
Hi, friends. Well, from beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah.
It's Thank God I'm Atheist.
Where we, a couple of mild-mannered atheists, turn into superheroes as we explore the world of America and the secular look at it and stuff.
Wow.
Mild-mannered, it made me think of Spider-Man. I don't know.
I'm Frank Feldman.
And I'm Dan Beecher.
And coming up on the show today, everyone, Dan thought about the universe this morning.
I did.
And his mind blew
you guys,
up.
Okay.
I had a Carl Sagan moment.
I had a Carl Sagan moment. But it led me to an interesting place eventually. So we're gonna talk about the universe.
Once he wiped away the tears,
the cosmos,
the tear and so beautiful.
Yeah. So
I mean, I've had that moment. So
it's because I know it. I've had it before as well. Like it's one that happens occasionally if you're if you're into that sort of thing, which you are and you will be. So keep listening or watching to the end.
Well, all right. There's some other stuff though that we need to talk about first. Mm-hmm. Some news of the week, things that happened, Dan.
Sure. Yeah.
Things both good and bad. Oh, mine are all bad, Dan.
We have a lot of bad.
There's a lot of bad. Oh shit. We don't usually talk. Okay. Anyway,
I've got a good. I've got and our goods are usually like a little bit good.
This one's good. Actually, I am going to start with I like.
Why are you lying to the people?
This one is good. This one, the Super Bowl's coming up, Dan.
That is good.
That is good.
We're so excited for
huge Super Bowl fans.
That's football, right?
Yeah, I think so. I looked it up. It's like I forgot already which two teams are playing.
It's the Seahawks and the Patriots.
Oh, okay. See, you are a sports fan, Dan.
Look
at you.
I know all the things.
Knowing that there are teams in those anyway.
You want to know how
in the Super Bowl,
how not sporty I am? I know that they are the New England Patriots, but New England isn't a state or a city. I don't know where they're based. Are they from Boston? I don't know. I just realized that I have no idea where the New England Patriots are actually.
They're in New England, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. All right. Anyway, the Super Bowl is coming up, which means, of course, Super Bowl parties. And I mean, it's a huge event. This is like one of the most watched things in America, right?
Yes.
On American television is the Super Bowl. And there is the famous halftime show, right?
Yeah.
At which they go all out, right? During the the NFL brings in heavy hitters and they do a huge spectacle out on the field. A temporary stage just emerges and there's an audience for the performance usually, right?
Yeah.
Like screaming fans, like it's a concert that just happens. Boom! Amazing.
It is a concert. It's a big deal.
It's a big fucking deal. Well, anyway, I guess this year Bad Bunny is going to be playing the Super Bowl.
Yes, he is.
And this has some conservative folks in this country a little miffed.
Oh, they're so mad. They're just so mad.
According to their website, which is calling for a boycott.
Wait, whose website? Just the conservatives?
Well, the 1 million moms.
Oh, 1 million moms.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention which.
I thought it was
which group of not a million mothers.
The conservatives have a website now.
Anyway, so they this is what they have to say about Bad Bunny, explaining who Bad Bunny is.
Yeah,
right. Because probably there's a good chance there at least 900,000 of these moms don't know who Bad Bunny is.
Yeah.
They say that he's a Puerto Rican rapper who has a large fan base among Latino communities. You know, and then if that wasn't bad enough, they continue. He's also known as an LGBTQ activist and for cross-dressing in his music videos, media interview appearances, and concert performances. And so they are miffed.
They are positively apoplectic,
which is what they really are best at.
It's their preferred like state of being.
I mean, what would they do if they ever get their way? What would they then be outraged about?
Right. You know? Or if something accidentally made them happy, they would feel just horrible. They need something to be outraged about. They need something to be furious about, or they're just miserable.
Yeah. So instead, so there's this halftime thing. They are encouraging people to not watch it and to instead watch Turning Point USA's All-American Halftime Show.
Oh, Dan. My God. It's
change the station, switch over, guys. Don't support Bad Bunny.
If I could do it without them knowing I was doing it, I would totally watch that. I don't want them to get like any ratings out of it or any bump from it or anything.
Yeah.
But I am, fascinated by what they are going to come up with.
Yeah. I also, though, I do have to admit, like, I won't be watching the halftime show either. I will instead be watching the Puppy Bowl. Have you ever watched the Puppy? I will be watching that.
Can I just say also the number of posts that people did when Bad Bunny was announced that were like, why can't we have an American? This is an American event.
No.
We need an American. And it's like, bro, what do you know about Puerto Rico? Because I have some interesting news for you.
Well, anyway, yeah, exactly. Anyway, Turning Point USA. Let's see the date as of right now. We are recording on the 31st. Right. The Super Bowl is coming up on the 8th, I believe.
Okay.
As of now, Dan, Turning Point USA has still not announced a single performer. And it is unclear where the show will take place and where it will be broadcast. They still don't know. They still have not announced, hey, tune in here, everyone. Even here's a link just to watch us on our live stream.
Oh, my God.
There is currently, but this is not stopping the 1 million moms from promoting the thing that they know nothing about, except that it's good enough if Turning Point USA is behind it.
Yeah. That's the former home of Charlie Kirk, and now home of his wife. By the way, just as a quick update, the New England Patriots are centered in Foxborough, Massachusetts, which seems to be exactly equidistant from Boston and Providence, Rhode Island.
Well, looky there.
And it seems to be town that consists of a football stadium. I don't think that there's almost nothing else. It is just there's a football stadium halfway between two big cities.
Yeah, great. Good. So now we know, Dan. Thank you.
Now we know. Foxborough, everybody. Hooray. Okay. It's like half an hour from each of them.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll move on to Texas.
Okay.
Where I don't know if you know of the Texas Board of Education, but they are very, very serious about educating children. I'm just kidding. They're not.
Well,
they're not at all serious. What they are very serious about is promoting Jeebus. That is what.
That seems appropriate to me, Dan. Isn't that the proper role of the State Board of Education?
A Board of Education, yes. Promotion of, it feels like in the back of my mind, I've got an idea that there's some document somewhere that says that church and state should be, I don't remember. Anyway, here's what the Texas State Board of Education is doing as they work to dismantle the Constitution of the United States of America. They've created new curriculum that involves assigned reading at every level of education.
Okay.
This is a proposal at this point. It has not been instituted, but it's looking like it might be. And this proposal does not leave wiggle room for the teachers to decide. It is like, you will be teaching The Great Gatsby. You will be teaching The Scarlet Letter. Earlier,
Wait, they're allowing The Scarlet Letter.
I mean, like, I don't think they know what it's about. I think they know that there's a priest who shames a woman, and they're pretty happy about that.
What do they think? Oh, you know what? They're pro the actual Hester Prynne being shamed. That's what they're pro. Okay.
That's what they're for. They are. Okay. They want the woman. They want to be able to affix letters, shame letters to people's clothing.
The message is, this is the world we're working toward.
Yeah.
This is the beautiful world we're working toward.
And who cares which man did it to her? That's not the point. She's a slut.
A tale as old as time, which man did it to her.
Yeah. Anyway, anywho.
If you don't know, it's the pastor.
It's the priest. Of course it's the priest. Yeah, anyway. They assign the miracle worker to 6th graders, Cat in the Hat to kindergarten, and all along the way, fucking Bible. Every step of the way, starting in kindergarten with the golden rule. And the golden rule doesn't have to have a Bible thing.
No.
It's in there, but it doesn't have to have a Bible thing.
Essentially, every culture ever has had some version of the golden rule.
It's literally
the super basic human concept.
Obvious concept you can imagine. Like, if you want to teach kids to not be pieces of shit, the first thing you come up with is, would you want Bobby to have hit you? No? Right. Then you shouldn't hit Bobby. It's the easiest thing in the world. However, they're going to use curriculum from the Christian organization Blue Bonnet, or the Blue Bonnet curriculum.
Oh, no. Which, it's not the people who make ice cream, is it?
I don't think so.
Is that Bluebell or Blue Bonnet? Anyway, there's a really good ice cream company in Texas. Hopefully they're not sponsoring this.
Anyway, they may be. So the way that they frame what is the golden rule is they start with this sentence. Several books of the Christian Bible describe a man who lived a long, long time ago, nearly 2,000 years. It's more than 2,000 years ago, in a part of the world that is very far from here. The man was named Jesus. Aww. One of the books of the Bible describes Jesus giving a talk atop a small mountain. During this talk, he wanted to share some very important lessons. The golden rule is not from the Sermon on the Mount, you idiots.
Where's it from?
I don't know. I think it might be in the Sermon on the Plain from Luke, but it's not in the Beatitudes of Matthew.
Wait, there was one on a plane?
Yeah.
And there's one on a mount?
There's one on this. It's
Why
like
don't we
a
ever talk about
747. I think it's a...
it's one of those.
It's a sermon from Air Force One.
He's got his guitar and he's just singing.
But they literally describe the Beatitudes, the Sermon on the Mount. That's not where that lives. That's not where it is. So they get it wrong, for one thing. And then it's like, you don't need Christianity. This is just an excuse to wedge Christianity into the curriculum. And from there, it gets like much, much worse. They start doing things like, as you get older, you're going to get Goliath, and you're going to get, but by the way, you're going to get David and Goliath, because I don't know if you know this. Guess who killed Goliath? Elhanan. There's another part, I think it's in Samuel, in 2 Samuel, where they say Elhanan killed Goliath, whose spear was as tall as a weaver's beam and stuff. It's the same Goliath. They have 2 stories of the killing of Goliath.
Oh,
just because they co-opted it to make David seem better, to improve David's story.
Oh.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You're going to read the famous part. By the way, talking about David to kids who's a murderer and a rapist, it's like not great. Even his best story, which is him killing Goliath, not awesome. I don't know what year you're supposed to get the David and Goliath thing, but then somewhere along the way you're going to get Lamentations 3 and the Shepherd's Psalm, and
the hits just keep on coming, Dan.
The definition of love from 1 Corinthians 13.
It's beautiful.
And when you get to high school, you get the Tower of Babel. Like, how can that be useful? How can the Tower of Babel, how can that be a useful thing for children to learn, for high schoolers to learn?
Well, Dan, it explains why they have to take Spanish, right?
It does. That may literally be what they are thinking.
You have to take 2 years of Spanish, everybody.
You gotta take a foreign language, and it's God's fault.
Yeah. Don't blame us. God, this is one of the ones we don't really agree with.
Some people
he had a bad afternoon.
Some people built a building and he got real mad. So don't build tall buildings. Oh, wait. No, we do like the tall buildings. It's just okay, there you go. Texas is just trying to doing anything they can to wedge that Christianity into the education.
Good for them. Remind me to never raise a child in Texas.
Remind me to just never raise a child.
Well, there's that.
I don't think either of us need that reminder, Frank. I think we're both.
I'm past my childbearing years.
Yeah, it's true. You've gone through the change.
The change. or I mean, it's still maybe a little. I'm still going through, but
you should definitely still take precautions.
Yeah. No, I'm taking all the precautions, Dan. All right. Well, Dan.
Yeah.
As you know, Dan, I am gay married.
You are.
I'm very happily gay married,
which is objectively the ickiest kind of married.
Are you kidding me? It's the best kind of marriage. Like,
it is.
Like, I think that gay marriage is an amazing thing, right? Like, I think that gay people have strengthened the institution of marriage in this country.
Yes, I agree
by participating in it and by I don't know. Like, also here's something I before Dave came along and we got married. I figured be in a long-term committed relationship, like do all that kind of stuff. That's great. But I don't need to be married. Who cares about marriage? Right.
Yeah.
That was honestly I had no desire. Right. And then we got together and it started to make sense. We did it. And it's become one of the most meaningful things. Right. Just the idea of being married and the stability that brings. And
the fact that you invited all of your family and friends to gather together.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment that we shared with nobody. I
was not invited to the wedding.
Do you know how much this has come up with a few people?
Really?
Yeah, I've
people
had
giving you shit about it.
Yeah, who are like, "Gee, thanks," like just for disappearing. Like, I would have wanted to be there. I'm just like, okay, because it's your thing, right?
Yeah.
Like. Anyway,
I will say this to your point: when gay marriage became legal across our country, and all of the religious right was screaming about how it's going to ruin the institution of marriage and it's going to affect, and everybody on the left was like, "How will this affect your marriage?
Right?
Tell me how it will affect your marriage."
Right?
And I realized, and I posted this on something. I realized that it did affect my marriage, my straight marriage, in one very important way, which was it felt 100% more legitimate as an institution once it was extended to everybody. I was like, oh, that's what this institution needed. This was a sham institution because not everyone could participate.
It needed some gays moving in on the block and fixing it up.
Thanks for gentrifying our institution, Frank. Anyway, let's go on with the story.
There's a story that I was leading to, which is that all of that that's beautiful, all of that that's beneficial to people, is not good enough for a broad coalition of 47 LGBTQ plus organizations that have joined together to launch a campaign to end marriage equality in the United States. They're calling it the Greater Than campaign. And we'll get to that in a minute as to like what that means, because that's kind of strange.
However they have defined it, I think we all know what they actually mean.
Well, what it is it's a response to the little equal signs that people put on their car for the human rights campaign.
And what they're saying is straight people are greater than gay people.
Yeah,
I know that's not how they're going to present it. I understand that
they have a different presentation, right? But you are right.
But of course, that's what they're doing.
So they are arguing in this campaign that the purpose, in fact, the sole purpose, and they're going to have a hard time proving this, but they're saying that the sole purpose of marriage is to raise children.
Okay.
Which is okay. Even before gay marriage, there were plenty of people who were married, straight couples who were married, who didn't have kids.
Right.
You being a good example of that.
I am an example of that, but also people who actually wanted kids, but could not make them.
Exactly.
Themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. They should get divorced immediately. Their marriage. You find out that you're infertile. Yeah. Out you go. No more marriage.
Illegitimate marriage at that point, right? So that's a major part of it. And they're also saying that gay marriage, since that is the purpose of marriage, is to raise children, that the kids really don't have any choice in the matter. So it's violating the children's rights if they're being raised by gay people.
Their rights to be raised by
not gay people,
by straight people.
That is a fundamental human right, apparently, according to them. So they are saying that same-sex marriage has resulted in parenthood treated as replaceable and children deprived of the unique love and guidance only a mother and father can provide. Once again, we do not limit parenthood to just, men and women joined in marriage raising kids. We let single people raise kids in this country.
And there has been massive amount of study of that because because they've been screaming about this the whole time.
Right.
And so what is their argument?
Well, they're saying that this is also part of what they're saying, Dan, this is their argument. This is it, right? They're saying that 10 years of legal gay marriage in this country have shown us loud and clear that children deserve better and that they are greater than adult desires.
Okay.
Right? They're saying
you said that parents are not replaceable, but like a gay marriage that raising kids is parents. That equals parents. What are we talking about? I don't get it.
What'd you say?
A gay couple raising children is parents. That child has parents.
It's not a man and a woman, which is what the child is entitled to.
Why?
Because, Dan.
Right. It's
because conservatives, because dum-dums, right? Like because bigots, because homophobes, because
we
they are trying so fucking hard to find an argument that they think can go somewhere, because like anything else, like they have to be aware of the fact that it was a fairly conservative Supreme Court, that it was a conservative Supreme Court that like sided for gay marriage in this country.
Right. But what they realize is that
they're desperate to come up with something.
And the current Supreme Court is itching to undo Obergefell.
Well, you do have a couple people on the Supreme Court who are, but then you have people like, Amy Coney Barrett, who has said clearly that it doesn't seem like I wasn't quite there yet. She says, well, it's her take that the Supreme Court is unlikely to overturn Obergefell.
Okay.
And
I think they want to get in there.
And we know that they had an opportunity this last year with the Kim Davis case, that if they were really if they were itching to overturn it, there was an opportunity to take the topic, repackage it, and come up with a shitty decision, which they're perfectly fine doing if it's something that they have enough, conservatives who feel that way on the topic, right? And so I'm not like they have to come up with a good argument, and this is not it, right? This is a shit argument.
I mean, I think what has happened is most of America has realized, oh, this doesn't affect me. Like, gay people getting married is fine,
right?
And all of the data shows that like kids raised by gay couples are fine. They have just as good, if not slightly better outcomes than kids raised by straight couples. So it's like, it's a stretch. It is a stretch, but I can see how, like, at very least for public consumption, maybe not for the Supreme Court, but for the public to say it's about the children.
Right.
And I have nothing against gay people in general. I'm fine with them, but it's the children. What about the children?
Yeah, I think you're right that it is that they're taking an initial stance of trying to shift some public opinion. I don't think it'll work because people, like, again, they've seen reality, right? They know some. It's not their cup of tea. They don't really get the whole gay thing, but their gay neighbors aren't causing any problems, right? Like, why are we picking on these people at a certain point is going to be a lot of people's attitudes. But anyway, you're going to be hearing things like this if this gains any traction, right? Let's see. Newsweek senior editor at large, Josh Hammer, says that marriage policy is not about bestowing public policy legitimacy and conferring economic benefits when it comes to adults who have their own idiosyncratic romantic desires.
Oh,
okay.
You idiosyncratic guy. You.
Yeah. Let's see. John Stonestreet of the Chuck Colson Center for Christian Worldview.
Any center that has a guy named Chuck as their figurehead is going to be legit. You can tell.
Sure. He claims that same-sex marriage puts adult desires over children's needs. Again, and he continues, we're prioritizing the fantasies of adults over the real needs and the real good of children. Southern Baptist Theological Seminary president Al Mohler says that marriage equality harms children in virtually every way imaginable. Mine doesn't. I don't even like kids, so I don't know.
There you go. Harming children because you don't even like them. You probably go out and kick them every now and then.
And apparently they released this video about this whole thing and all these different people that I've been quoting and more.
Yeah.
At the end, sort of all end up repeating the tagline, "Children are greater than equal." Children are greater than equal. Okay.
Oh, they're so clever with their thing.
Yeah, isn't that great?
They took your equal sign and they turned it back on you, Frank. They win.
Yeah. So
gross. They're gross.
Trying to. This is what they're up to. This is what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to create just this new sort of argument that marriage is about a parent-child relationship, and
that somehow a man and a woman magically do a better job for reasons than two men or two women.
Right.
Because, Who's the mom, Frank? If you and Dave had a kid, who's the mom?
Yeah. Who's the wife?
Who's the wife?
That's also a fun one to ask a gay couple.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's an old one. I don't think anybody.
I don't think they're doing that.
Is anymore. Even close to asking that dumb question.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. Okay. I don't like this story. I read a story. This is a story out of Alabama. Just because that's where the Northern District Court is that just did this decision. An imam, a Muslim imam from Texas, has just been convicted and sentenced. He's been convicted of a conspiracy to produce child pornography, which is horrifying. Mm-hmm. He was sentenced to 80 years in prison. Okay. And that's a lot of years.
Yeah.
Obviously he will die in prison. Assuming
he serves the entire sentence.
Yeah. I mean, he's middle-aged guy. So,
okay. Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know, 40s, 50s. I'm not sure. Anyway, you don't survive 80 years in prison. I just thought that was, so there's that, the guy's a piece of shit. He pleaded guilty. Yeah. He got sentenced. Then I thought to myself, wait a minute. We have heard countless stories of Christians being sentenced for this and worse things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sure, child pornography is one thing, but like child sexual abuse is also, like, we've heard Christians constantly. So I looked it up. I went and did some research to figure out if I could find a white Christian, like clergy member. I knew I would have no problem finding white Christian clergy members who were convicted of these crimes.
No, not at all.
Would I find anyone who got 80 years for that? And the most that I could find was 60. But for the most part, 20, 25. It's like, I just want, like, the reason that I bring it up, like, we don't normally just report one of those as that kind of thing as a story because they're just so common. But it struck me how vastly larger this sentence was than any I had heard of for a clergy person doing this. And it turns out I couldn't find a white clergy person who was even close to an 80-year sentence.
That's wild. Okay.
So there you go. I'm used to clergy actually getting a slap on the wrist, but not if you're, but I guess.
Are you claiming, Dan, that there's some sort of bias in the justice system,
Dan?
Against minority groups?
I would never, just because he's brown and Muslim. Obviously, justice is blind in this country. And doesn't see race or religious proclivities. But I found people with, like, for instance, a Florida deacon who was basically charged with the same thing not too long ago and got 22 years for exactly the same deal.
Yeah.
So apparently what we're trying to do with our justice system is make it clear that sometimes, and really it is only sometimes, our clergy, because, Theodore McCarrick, Ted McCarrick, who was the Catholic high up guy who basically, like, left here and lived in the Vatican, and Pope Francis was like, you are sentenced to praying a lot. And you should feel shame. And that was basically it. Like, we're used to seeing priests just fucking get away with it. But even when they do get sentenced, if you're white and Christian, that's one thing. If you're Muslim and brown, Buckle up. You mind your P's and Q's out there. I mean, that's a pretty strong deterrent. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to move on from the level of shock that people are feeling right now, Dan. I think a lot of people
you mean shock at the fact that there's bias in our judicial system.
Yeah, they're so shocked right now.
No one saw it coming.
Nobody's even going to hear the next story, Dan. So thank you, Dan. Yeah, they're just reeling.
You know what? Maybe you guys pause the show.
Take a moment.
Take a couple weeks and then come back because. We're all just going to die from the surprise.
You got to take care of yourself in these moments, guys.
Yeah.
You can't just let it keep coming at you like this.
Brace yourselves.
Oh goodness, guys, because I'm going to say a name here. I'm going to say a name. Just brace yourselves. Nicki Minaj, everyone.
Oh, okay.
Nicki Minaj.
That was better than I was anticipating. I was bracing for a much worse name than that.
Well, and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump. This one has to do with Nicki Minaj showing up to an event launching Donald Trump's new, the Trump accounts that he's doing.
What is that?
Well, he's calling. So these are the savings accounts for kids.
Oh.
The U.S. Treasury Department will deposit $1,000 into a tax advantage investment account for all American children born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028. These are Trump. Trump has called he's so mad that Obama gets Obamacare.
This is, I will pay you to vote for people in the midterms. That's what this is.
This is exactly what this is. This is
I will pay you to vote red in the midterms.
Yeah.
And I'll pay your children.
So anyway, so she's there.
Yeah.
She says that she says at the event, to the crowd, that she is probably the president's number one fan. And that the backlash that she has received in supporting the president, Dan, motivates her to support him even more.
Of course.
Even more, Dan.
Humans like to dig in their heels, is what they like to do.
We're not going to let them get away with bullying him, she says.
No.
Not the big bully himself, right?
We're not going to let them get away with it.
No, not at all.
Frank,
anyway.
I think we're getting away with it. I don't know if you know this. I think we're getting away with it.
Anyway, she says that there's just these smear campaigns against the president. Well, anyway, before she got up on stage, Trump announced her, right? And said that she was investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in Trump accounts to support the children of her incredible fans. Okay, so she's paid him.
Yeah.
Right. This is how this works, right? Yeah. With Donald Trump, is that you pay, he has this big thing that's being done in his name, the Trump Ballroom, for example, and Trump accounts.
The Trump Kennedy Center.
And so you just get these people, you don't want to be in the president's good graces. You go and you support this thing. Yeah. And do
you want to get out of jail free card? Do you want to buy an indulgence from his eminence?
Guess what she got? Just hours after this event, she posts online a picture of her Trump gold card.
Okay.
Have you heard about these?
Oh,
these are
not
the
a credit
immigration
card.
Cards. Yeah,
yes.
These are cards given to people typically after they pay like $1 million.
Yeah, I thought it was $1 million. She's going to get away with only how much did she pay?
The typical cost is about $1 million. We're not sure how much she's paid. We don't know that, but she has donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to Trump accounts.
Right.
And now she's all of a sudden instantly gotten this Trump gold card. It is wild. Have you seen pictures of them?
She's not an American citizen.
No, she's not. She's from Trinidad and Tobago or something like that. So it's like the size of a credit card. It's gold. It looks like an American Express gold card.
Okay.
And it says United States of America across the top, has of course, giant picture of Donald Trump on it. And it says gold card.
Oh my God. It looks so dumb.
Yeah.
It looks like the certificate of authenticity that you would get if you bought a commemorative coin.
It's so dumb. Anyway, so
it's so cheesy and stupid.
She's up there declaring that God, this is the only like religious connection to the whole thing, is that she's doing the whole like, God is protecting this man, right? God is saving him for us. He's so great. And just showering shit on the man because that's all he needs. He's just giant. He is nothing but ego.
Yeah.
And so all you do is just shower praise on the dear leader and money. And
because that's what he respects is money.
That's what he likes. He likes praise and money.
Yeah.
And then he gives you what you so desperately need or desire. And in her case, she's getting her fast-tracked American citizenship.
Boom. It's so easy. I don't know why the other immigrants haven't figured this out. It's just
the other presidents, for crying out loud. Like,
right?
They didn't realize, what chumps. They didn't realize
they were sitting on a gold mine.
Is an absolute gold mine. Like, why wait to make all this money on the speaking, like having to give speeches after your president to make a $1 billion?
Right.
You can just make it while you're there.
You can just sell citizenship / presidential pardons and just make a fortune.
It's fucking wild.
Make everybody stay at your hotels.
Yep. God's very special president.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I'm going to finish this off with some good news, I guess. It's good news. It's good. I don't think that it's big. It's late. It's very late in the game, and I don't know how much impact it's going to have. But I will say this. A group of Orthodox rabbis in the U.S. and Israel have released a letter. And that letter basically condemns the practice of conversion therapy. So this is the quote unquote therapy that is meant to change your sexual orientation.
Orthodox rabbis, you say?
They're Orthodox rabbis. Now, no Haredi rabbis have signed on to this. So no ultra Orthodox. None of the
I wanted to kind of
but these are not Reform rabbis. These are Orthodox rabbis. So the Reform rabbis have largely already accepted this. Like Reform rabbis have largely accepted the LGBTQ community, and the only reason to do conversion therapy is if you think it's bad to be gay.
Right. Reform rabbis are essentially Episcopalians.
They're all gay anyway. But yeah, like these. So yes, and their reasoning is correct, which is that like conversion therapy does harm, and B, it doesn't work. Now, you combine those two things, ineffective but harmful.
Yeah.
And it makes sense to say, maybe we should stop doing this because there's never been a single shred of evidence that it's done any good for anybody or actually changed anyone's sexual orientation. A lot of people have claimed that they have changed their sexual orientation.
Now, what are they actually saying here? Are they saying we're cool with gay people, or are they just saying this is a bad way to treat gay people?
This is specifically coming out against conversion therapy.
But they're not saying this is not we welcome gay people into our community with open arms. This is just saying, let's stop hurting these people, even though they're icky.
It stops short of the open arms thing, but it does have one piece of like better than bad in it, which is they say in the letter about, it's not good. according to the halakhic principle and ethos for anyone, including a rabbi, blah, 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 educator, therapist, to recommend to any person to undergo treatment for the purpose of changing a person's sexual orientation, commonly known as conversion therapy. We believe that's forbidden. But it does say this is because conversion therapy is harmful, does not work, and because same-sex attraction is not a mental health problem.
Oh.
So at least it says that.
Okay.
It stops short of like, fucking be cool with gay people, what's wrong with you? Which is what it should say. But it does say it is not a mental health problem. This is not. So yeah, I mean, it's nice at least to say this is not a thing that needs to be cured. It's just how folks is.
They're not far off.
Yeah.
At this point. Like they're so close, right? Like everything anyway.
Everything's fucking baby steps with these people. It's such an annoying thing because also this was written like last year and they've been sitting on it.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, what are you doing? Just fucking this one's easy. This is an easy one. We have the data. We know what happens.
Yeah.
Just like you don't have to. Anyway.
Yeah.
It is good news. It is good news.
I take good news when it happens.
Yeah.
We have to remind ourselves that in this world, our situation where we live in a country where there are things like gay marriage and gay people are generally protected, even though socially there are definitely parts of this country where we have not made a lot of progress. It's easy to forget how rare that is in the world, right? Yeah. It's like us, some parts of Europe, a couple parts of Asia, and Australia, right? Like and New Zealand, like there just really aren't that many places in the world. Like, the vast majority of people live in places where this is real progress.
Yeah.
Right. And correct. I think that it's like we need to remind ourselves of that a lot of like, because it sounds like, come on guys, get with it. Right. This is the living in the 2020s.
Yeah.
Like get up to speed. And that's why I always try to take the tact of like, well, good. That's progress. Right.
Yep. I'll take it where I can get it.
Still needs to make progress.
Especially in this country where everything is trying to go retrograde. I'm very happy for this. Well, if you would like to chime in about this or any of the topics we've talked about, write into us, podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail message. The telephone number is 424-666-8442. Stick around. There's more show coming up.
Well, Frank, we had some folks write into us and call into us, so
Indeed.
Let's dive right into that. You'll recall, Frank, that last week someone said something about Marjorie Taylor Greene and your affinity for her, or rather your obsession with her, or your interest in her.
It's an interest. It's a fascination.
Yes,
I'm fascinated.
There you go.
By her.
And someone had written in and mentioned her feet, and you and I were befuddled. We've had some people write in to clarify.
I thought it was somebody with like a weird, like not fetish? A weird, but a foot fetish.
Yeah, sure. Here's what Michael wrote in to say. Hi, Frank and Dan, a long-time listener from France. Oh, nice. I've loved your shows since you started and try not to miss an episode. I was listening to your episode where you are perplexed by the voicemail mentioning Marjorie Taylor Greene's disgusting feet. I can't believe you never saw this meme before. It all originated with a picture of her barefoot at the beach, showing off 3 toes on one foot and 4 on the other. Seven-toed Marge was the freak of the nation for many weeks until pictures of her in sandals showed that she had 5 toes on one foot and 4 on the other.
Oh, so she is missing a toe,
or at very least, she hides them well. Apparently, she's got an indeterminate number of toes.
Okay, well, I don't know how I feel about people picking on somebody because they're missing some toes.
I know how I feel about it. I am opposed to body shaming in all forms.
Yeah.
I don't know
about all forms, but like.
Oh, I am. I do know about all forms. Because the problem isn't about the person.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, that person will feel hurt. But you know who else will feel hurt? Everyone around them who has the same condition or who looks the same.
Yeah.
If you be like, ha, 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 that guy looks bad because, and you just want to get him. And you're like, he's.
Yeah. And so much fun because it's some conservative that you don't like.
Right. So you make fun of his weight or you make fun of her feet or whatever.
Right.
And then somebody else who happens to have only 4 toes on 1 foot feels like shit.
Yeah.
And you don't want that person to feel like shit. You want Marjorie Taylor Greene to feel like shit. And she has lots of good reasons to feel like shit. So pick one of those. Anyway, neither of us have still looked up her feet. I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it.
No, thank you. No. Should we do the voicemail?
Yeah, this is from a listener who's worried about us.
Oh dear. Okay.
So let's have a listen.
Let's listen.
Hey, Frank and Dan. This is Autumn from Columbus, Ohio. I've been meaning to ask this question for a very long time, and I feel like this is the correct time in these United States to get to it. Are you guys scared of the content that you create? I know it's a really dark question, but that's kind of where we are these days, and I worry about you, and I hope that nothing bad ever happens, but do you feel like we're on the trajectory to get there where you do feel scared enough to stop or change what you're doing? I hope you never stop, but I also want you guys to be safe. So take care, and thanks again for all you do.
Well, that is your concern is kind.
Yes.
So thank you for your concern. I don't think we're to the point now where two very lower middle grade podcasters. I don't know where I'd put us on the ranks of podcasters. Yeah. We're definitely bigger than most podcasts, but that's because most podcasts have 4 listeners. Because every third podcast, every third guy has a podcast at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point I'm not worried about it.
Well, yeah, I don't think that as far as because I think inherent is in the question is that somebody might look us up, track us down, and do something bad to us,
arrest us, or something,
or government being in that situation. The government has to go down a far, far further.
Yeah. Not that we're putting it past them,
or path rather. Yeah. I mean, conceivably, I guess maybe, I don't know, but I'm not worried so much about that. The idea that somebody could be ticked off at us, some conservative who becomes aware of us and something that we've said, we say something about somebody they like or whatever, just the fact that we say things about the existence of God and the non-existence of God, right? That, I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time focusing on...
It could not be the government. It could just be some Christian crazy.
Yeah,
who's
that's kind of
on the hunt for atheists.
Yeah,
sure.
And so, I mean, I have to agree. I don't think we're big enough of a show. To hopefully fingers crossed, we're just not big enough to lure in the nutsos, to be on their radar.
I think the scathing boys are the first. They're the canaries in the coal mine.
I mean, I don't want to even name names because I don't want to point anybody in anybody's. Don't kid us. That show's bigger than us. Why are you coming after us?
Yeah, I should be picking atheist content creators that I hate, but I won't say any name. There's nobody that I hate.
I just want to say that in the world that we live in right now, it is really easy to go down these trains of thought that lead to feeling fear about where the world is going, where this country is going, where our society is going, and where you may feel like we already are at. And fear has a way of limiting the world that we can see. And it narrows our view to where that we can start to only see the thing that we're afraid of.
Yeah.
Right. And so fear is a dangerous thing. It's extremely powerful, and that's why authoritarians like to instill fear.
Yeah.
Because, any society that has devolved into authoritarianism to the degree where we would have to be concerned, it's less about having universal support than having silenced people.
Yeah. And you know what that means is that in the moments when they want us to be fearful, it's more important than ever to be brave.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more important than ever. So those are exactly the moments. The moment that you and I, Frank, start to get worried about doing this is the moment we should ramp it up. Yeah. Because somebody's got to. You have to do the brave thing.
Yeah. So we have to do the show in exile. Be podcasters in exile.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it's that. And not just in prison or like
we're sneaking out flash drives of us doing this show and
God damn
in some lockdown. No,
we're living in someone's attic, writing diaries. The Frank and Dan diary from the attic.
Oh no! Well, maybe children will read it 50 years from now, Dan.
Oh God. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna read one more email. Hey, Frank and Dan, this is unsigned. Good show last week for the town city of Broken Arrow. You remember we did a story about near your old stomping grounds of Broken Arrow.
Not too far away.
In Oklahoma. This is also the military term for a nuclear weapon that falls to Earth without going off. Or at least it was in the movie Broken Arrow from the 90s that I recall with... Let me think. Can I remember? It was John Travolta and Christian Slater, if I'm not mistaken.
What is this movie?
Called Broken Arrow. Anyway, also you didn't go with the pun of broke and narrow, which I'm sure that probably applies.
Sure. Yeah.
Although I've been to Oklahoma and there aren't that many narrow people there. Their minds are narrow. Maybe not. I just talked about not body shaming. Damn it.
Dan, look at you.
I'm such an idiot. I'm not perfect, you guys. Anyway, on the subject of the Eucharist, going back to what our friend said, churches with a lot of congregants have many lines to receive it and get through the people. Remember we talked about kneeling and standing, not kneeling. There was a whole thing. On the subject of the Eucharist, with a lot of congregants having many lines to receive it and get through the people faster, if you go up to the altar, you're supposed to kneel unless you can't. If you're receiving it from a satellite location, you can stand in line and don't kneel, depending on how you were raised. Depending on how you were raised, you may also genuflect before or after you receive the Eucharist. Hope that clears it up. I think you're wrong. I think that literally, like the way the story worked was, you could kneeling became a fun thing, but the instruction from the Vatican is you're supposed to stand to take it.
All right,
but who knows? I'm not a priest, so maybe I read it wrong. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well. Do we have some folks
cleared that up, Dan?
Yeah, thank goodness for that.
We do, Dan. We have some new patrons over on Patreon.
Yeah.
These are people who went to our website, probably, thankgodimatheist.com/donate.
Yeah.
In order to find links over to Patreon. There's also options to go to PayPal. So if you'd like to support the show, we would appreciate it.
Yes.
And then you get things like the Frank and Dan diaries, potentially.
From the attic.
and you get a Mormon priesthood that we bestow.
We bestow.
We are willing to sell you
magic powers.
Which Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and thank the following people. We have 2 new deacons this week, Dan. We have Bobby and Jennifer. So thank you to the both of you. Excellent. And we have a new priest by the name of Older Than Boomer.
Okay.
So thank you
Older
very
Than Boomer.
much.
Well done.
For becoming a patron.
Congratulations on being a priest. Older Than Boomer. You didn't even have to go to seminary for that.
Yeah, indeed. And as always, Dan, we have our top donor to thank. Our Lord and Savior, Alexandra.
More show coming up. All right. So now that I have excoriated people for body shaming and then body shamed somebody, it is time to move on.
Can't believe it happened so quickly, Dan.
I know. I know. I am remarkably human. Anyway, one of the ways in which I'm remarkably human is that I am in awe of our universe, and was awed even further today. You know, it's funny because I have heard the numbers many times over about how big our solar system is, how big our galaxy is, how big the universe is, blah, 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 blah. And you just hear these big numbers and you don't necessarily clock what it means.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You can only hear billions and billions so many times.
And that just means a lot.
We can't even wrap our head around a billion.
How do you wrap your head around it?
So hard, right?
And then I say, and all of these sort of astrophysicist communicators, from Sagan to Neil deGrasse Tyson, to whomever, they all try, and they try excessively hard, I will say, to make the vastness feel vast to us. Like they all push it a little too hard for my money because it's all they ever talk about. But I was watching Brian Cox on Stephen Colbert. Brian Cox is sort of, he looks young, but he's, in his mid 50s. And he's another one of these astrophysicists who he's English and he's charming. And he brought up a big picture that was taken by the James Webb Telescope. And it was a picture, it looks like a picture of stars, but it's not. It's a picture of fucking galaxies. And there are thousands of them in this one tiny bit of sky. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you point at the blackest part of sky with no stars in it, and then you take a picture with this goddamn telescope, and it's fucking thousands of galaxies. And I think, you've seen images of our galaxy, the Milky Way, rendered. We can't take a picture of the Milky Way because we're in the middle of it. But you see these renderings of, and you think about how many stars are in our galaxy. And if you told me that it was 500,000, I would be like pretty impressed by that. That seems like a lot.
It's a lot. That would be a lot.
If you told me that there was like 1 million stars in our galaxy, I would be pretty impressed by that. There's 400 billion stars in just our galaxy.
Yeah.
400 billion? What are you talking about? There can't be. That's way too many. And the weird thing is, and this is where I jumped off, but the crazy thing to me is nobody for all of human history until the 1920s, which was not that long ago, nobody saw anything outside of our galaxy.
Right.
Every star you can see with your eyes or even with basic telescopes is in our galaxy.
Yeah.
You can't see outside of it. Like it took till the 20s before someone realized, oh shit, that thing that I'm seeing is outside of our galaxy. And that blew everything up much bigger. And now we're looking at not just billions of stars, because there's 400 billion stars just in our galaxy. We're looking at billions of galaxies with hundreds of billions of stars.
Yeah.
And what that led me to was, okay, yeah, all of that stuff, our solar system is like 100,000 to 200,000 light years across, and that's light taking hundreds of thousands of years to get somewhere is crazy. All of that stuff. What it pointed out to me, what I realized about it, was that every god that a human being has ever proposed, there have been, 3,000 some odd gods proposed in human history, probably more.
That we're aware of.
Yeah, probably more that we don't know about or whatever.
Billions, Dan.
Billions of gods. They're all, on that cosmic scale, they're tiny. These are tiny, sad little gods. You know what I mean?
Or huge.
Well, okay,
or unbelievably, unfathomably massive.
Yeah, you say that, but every time, but these were all concocted by brains that had no sense of how anything worked and how big the universe is. They had this, their entire universe consisted of looking up and seeing some stars and assuming that meant that there was a dome over the earth, with things poking in it. Mm-hmm. But also maybe 50 to 100 miles in any direction was the entire size of their experienced universe or understood universe. And it's just, so anyway, I just think about this conception that, let's talk about the Christian God or the Jewish God, which is a guy who is a guy who appeared to people on a mountain and was like, hey, you need to know these 10 rules that are really important. You could never come up with those on your own. Don't steal. Or a guy who literally wrestles another guy and almost loses. It's a tie. God, he wrestles a human and it's a tie.
Yeah.
The creator of billions of stars, of billions of galaxies with billions of stars. What are you talking about?
Look, that guy was so strong, Dan.
In fairness, Jacob was very strong.
Yeah, he was really strong, Dan.
He was a strong guy.
Come on. Cut him some slack.
I mean, just the thought that I just think the conceptions that people had of God are so little.
Yeah.
And there's no God that I have ever heard proposed that's bigger than a small radius of Earth. You know what I mean? That's bigger than a small life lived by a human, because that's what they could conceptualize.
So either the Mormons are right, right? Which is,
can I just say that Mormon cosmology does come around, and every now and then I'm like, okay, it's actually better. It's a little better.
It doesn't break under this, actually.
Yeah,
right? It doesn't break under the scrutiny at all.
Because and you should Mormons, explain what.
Because the whole, although they've distanced themselves from these ideas of late, the Mormonism that we grew up with, you had. Humans exist on a trajectory where they can potentially become like God or a god, right?
Yeah. And God once was like we are.
Right. And so you have to, if you start thinking about it a little bit, you're like, well, then there must be some grand cosmic family of gods, essentially, that have been created over time, and who create worlds to create more creators of more worlds, right? And they don't go down that path too much anymore. They don't really they don't emphasize that as much anymore. But that was very much a part of the Mormonism that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And
literally, if you're a good person and you live correctly and you have the priesthood, and all of these things, and you go through the temple and you do all the right things, you will be exalted as a creator God.
Yeah.
And that, at least they're saying the universe is subdivided. There's a God, there are lots of little gods, and they're little.
And so we're looking, little. I mean, they created maybe a galaxy. Maybe each god gets a galaxy. Maybe, or maybe it's you get a solar system. Who knows what this is never explained, right?
No.
In the theology.
And of course it's stupid and absurd.
Right. But in the face of this kind of this kind of thinking that you were doing this morning, right? Of there being billions of galaxies, right? Then all of a sudden Mormons have a really easy time with that, who still believe this, right?
Right.
Well, we're just seeing other creation, right? We're seeing other creations by other gods, not our God.
Right. Our God
not
is
our heavenly Father.
He's the only God, only in the sense that he's the only God for us.
Right.
And that there are probably billions and billions and billions of other gods out there godding for other places. And maybe we got the shit one who every now and then just kills everybody because he doesn't like how it turned out.
Or lets Donald Trump be born.
Yeah, exactly.
Let Donald Trump run his favorite country. Right.
Yeah. Just to see,
because that's also more Mormons have that whole United States is God's very special country.
Yeah, it's true.
But you're right. If it's a universal God, right? A truly universal God, which is, I think, what most other religions or whatever,
sects,
whatever would have that's what they would be conceiving, is that there's one God that created this entire thing.
Right.
Because God is supreme. How does that God have a personal relationship with us? How do you ever access that God? How does that God have any, God is complete.
Well, and every story that you've told me about your God is not a universal God. That is a small, localized God. That is and in the Bible, it was a localized God. It was localized to one group of people.
Right.
Like, this was not the same God as the God of the Moabites and the God of the this and the God of the that. Like, they had their own gods. This was just our little God.
Right.
And then
very special God.
They just kept expanding their God's purview.
Yeah.
As they moved outward. I don't know. It's just funny. The universe is big, God's little. That's all I'm saying. All right. Well, friends, if you would like to write into us, participate in the God is small conversation, maybe call me out, say God is big. I don't know. Write into us, podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail message. The telephone number is 424-666-8442.
Yeah, to support the show, and I don't know why you would, but you should. Please go to thankgodimatheist.com/donate and find you. By the way, there's the PayPal thing, and then over on the right-hand side of the screen, there's the Patreon thing. It can be a little confusing, but pick your poison.
This episode was edited by Roger Gowdy, and music was provided by the Red Rock Hot Club and Gordon Johnston.
Thanks so much for tuning in, y'all. We sure do appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank God I'm Atheist is a production of TGIA Media, LLC, copyright 2026, all rights reserved.